Foxborough Fire, we are back. Workout number 3. We're bringing the heat with this one. We got 2 parts. We're going to go over it part by part. Part 1, we're going to be getting in our 5 glorious rounds of quality movement. 3 movements. Number 1 is going to be 10 per leg double dumbbell RDLs, going nice and slow. We'll review it in a second. Be patient. Then we're going to have a minute of max effort alternating dumbbell floor presses. I don't know if we've done this one yet, have we? I don't think we have.
Good pump.
Oh my God. If you've ever wanted a pump before, you're going to get it. Then you get 1 minute of a plank at the end, which we'll review also in a second. So going back to the first movement in these 5 rounds for quality, my good friend Dave over here, stone cold today. He's going to are we going to do weightless first? Let's do weightless first. If you aren't comfortable doing these without weight, do not start adding weight to it. Make sure you're very comfortable doing these without weight. So here's what it's going to look like. Dave's going to balance on his right leg. You're on your right leg? Right leg. He's picking up his left foot off the ground. He's now focusing on hinging at his hips, not his back. So we don't want him rounding over at his back. He's moving from his hip, and notice how his back stays completely flat as he's hinging, not reaching, because reaching is going to make us round. He's hinging towards the floor. That's reaching we don't want. Rounds the back. So he's hinging towards the ground. As his chest falls forward, his back leg is moving up at the same time. And then he comes back up. He's going as low as he can without feeling any rounding in his back. So if he were to keep going past his end range of motion, he would start to reach for the floor, which we don't necessarily want to do. We don't need to get all the way to the floor. That's what it will look like without weight. Ideally today we want you using weight. So Dave's going to pick up a couple dumbbells, 1 in each hand. What he's going to do here is balance on a foot. He's going to let that other foot drive up as his chest leans forward. You can see he's holding the dumbbells by the head. He's not even going to reach the ground, and then he's going to stand all the way back up again. Go to your end range of motion, not the floor. Some of you will be able to get to the floor, or maybe a little bit more mobile, some of us not. That foot that's on the ground, that knee wants to just be slightly bent. We don't want it to be a deep knee bend. Okay, moving on to movement number 2. Alternating dumbbell floor presses. Dave's gonna lay down on the ground here. All the way, yeah, that's right. He's gonna keep his feet down. Oh, we're doing lifted or down? Your call.
I'm gonna do both.
He's gonna do both. He's gonna give you 2 options. One's gonna be a little more core intensive than the other, but you're gonna have to go lighter weight to do it. So we're gonna start with feet on the ground. You're gonna be able to do heavier weight if you do this option. He's gonna start with his elbows tucked in to his sides right there. His wrist is stacked over his elbow. As he presses his right arm out, is that your right arm?
Yep.
Yeah, nice. He's gonna finish just over that shoulder, and then he's gonna alternate as soon as the dumbbell comes to the ground. We want you to pick a weight where you can keep moving for the full minute, alternating back and forth. With whichever arm presses out, wait for that elbow to touch the floor before the other arm starts pressing up over the shoulder. So you're going back and forth for 1 minute. You can then throw those dumbbells off to the side, and now he's going into a plank for 1 minute. So he's gonna be on those elbows directly under the shoulders. Feet are gonna be together, mister. Come on now. Feet are gonna be together. He's keeping his heels, hips, and shoulders all in one line. He's thinking about squeezing his butt, locking down his ribs, making sure his hips aren't going too high. Shake the booty for us, Dave, if they're too high. There we go. Or too low. We don't want that either. So, 1 minute holding a plank. Try to go unbroken with it. Try not to do 2 sets of 30 seconds or something like that. So that's going to be our 5 rounds for quality. After that, we are going to go into 30, count them, 10 times 3 equals 30 rounds for time. We're going to get in 7 air squats, 5 push-ups, 3 right arm dumbbell snatches, 3 left arm dumbbell snatches. We're going to quickly review those air squats and push-ups for you. For the air squat, feet under those shoulders, toes slightly pointing out. Dave's going to keep his chest up. He's going to make sure his knees drive out over his pinky toes, sinking back in those heels, making sure his hips and his knees open all the way up. Important not to rush these, but we want to be efficient with them. So driving up out of those heels, chest up, butt down. Nice job, Dave. Really nice. Then the push-up, if you need to grab an elevated surface because you can't get the 5 in a row, that's completely fine, but we do want the 5 reps to stay unbroken for the whole workout. So Dave's gonna be down on the ground. Again, feet are gonna be together. As he lowers his chest to the floor, his elbows are staying tucked in nice and tight to the body. He's not chicken winging those elbows out to the side. The only thing that touches the ground is his chest, not his ribs, stomach, or hips, or thighs, or knees. After that, our dumbbell snatch. Again, 3 on the right arm, then 3 on the left arm. So the right arm, he's gonna straddle that dumbbell so it's pointing the same way as his feet. From there, he's gonna bend at his knees and slightly drop his chest towards the floor with a hinge and make sure his hips stay below his shoulders. He doesn't want his hips to be above his shoulders. That would put our back in a really bad position. So once he's set up there, he's gonna stand up fast and he's gonna drive that elbow up high and he's gonna snap that dumbbell out right over his shoulder and bring it back to the ground. Okay? When you are going up with this dumbbell, make sure you're driving that elbow up nice and high after the hips have snapped open, because what we don't want is to be a clean and press where that dumbbell comes to the shoulder first and then gets pressed out overhead. It's one motion from the ground all the way up to that locked out position. Okay, so it's gonna be 3 on your right arm, then you're switching to 3 on your left, and that would complete 1 round. We're gonna put a 35-minute cap on this one. We ideally want you to average under a minute a round, which would get you somewhere in that 27, 28-minute range, ideally. It's gonna be a good one, mentally tough. Try to get in a good groove and rhythm with it. Make sure you have something that can keep track of the amount of rounds you're doing. You can draw 30 tally marks on a whiteboard. You can get poker chips. What are other things we use? Don't use your head for it. Get something physical that you can keep track with. Good luck with this one. 30 rounds for time. Woo, let us know how it goes.